Hi, I'm Sadia. Welcome to Pickup Lines. So you're new to the world of minimalism but don't know where to start. Or maybe you've already been on this journey for a little while and you're just looking for some continued inspiration. Or maybe you're a professional minimalist, but that somebody in your life is a professional maximalist and you need some tips on how to better guide them. In any of those cases, Pickup Lines has got you covered with these 10 following tips. So let's get started. So you've watched videos on minimalism, and maybe you've even gone to the library to read some books about it. Or maybe it's just that somebody in your life is telling you that you need to do it. So you start to tell yourself, do it. Just get it done. I mean, I know that I should do it, or this person is saying that I should do it, so just start throwing things away. But you see, talking to yourself in this way, this internal dialogue, it means you're trying to call upon your willpower. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but willpower seldom works. So what can you focus your intention on instead of willpower? Focus on your why power. Why do you want to adopt this lifestyle, if at all? Write it down and keep it visible. Focus on the why instead of the will. Getting inspired makes it feel more like a pleasure and less like a chore. Plus, you're going to learn some really helpful tips along the way. Creating a Pinterest board on minimalism, reading blogs, watching documentaries, or following YouTubers are all wonderful ways to get and keep motivated. So you want to become more minimal? Remember that all you need to do to increase your desire for this is to just get inspired. This is about you, not other people, even if those people share their lives with you. One of the recurring questions in previous videos is, I want to become more of a minimalist, but my partner doesn't, my kids don't, or my parents won't. So then what do I do? Focus on you and the areas that you have control over. Let them be. In a genuine way that's not being passive-aggressive, demonstrate the benefits of living with less. If they're curious, then you can invite them to join. But forcing only works against us because it's in our nature to rebel. And by trying to enforce something on somebody who's not yet ready to receive it could cause some stress in that relationship, which is counterproductive given that minimalism is about reducing the unnecessary stress in our lives. Yep, it can get pretty uncomfortable, especially if you're new to it. So now that you know that this feeling might arise, hopefully you can plan for it. So say that you've just decluttered or thrown away some things and you're feeling a little bit of angst, then try to do something to distract yourself, something that brings you joy or that you find calming. My go-to is an act of self-care, like finally making time for that hobby I always wanted to do but never thought I had time for. And don't underestimate the calming effects of going out for a little walk to enjoy some fresh air. If you really love it, you don't need to get rid of it. If you actually use it, you don't need to get rid of it. Minimalism is not about letting go of everything. It's about letting go of the things that bring you stress or that no longer serve you. My hobby is video and food photography production, and because of it, I have cameras and lenses and tripods and electronic equipment with no intention of getting rid of that stuff. I need it all, I use it all, and most importantly, it brings me joy. So if you're new to minimalism, I want you to start by asking yourself this question. What 2 things bring me the most joy right now? Got your answer? Now let those things be. Don't touch them for now. Start with minimalism in other areas and aspects of your life. Hopefully this will decrease any angst you have about the whole minimalism thing. What's your trigger? Is it shopping centers or watching people buy things online? Maybe Instagrammers that make you wish that you had more? By identifying your triggers, you can hopefully avoid them and even substitute them for more ideal behaviors instead. Used to get up early to go to garage sales and buy junk you didn't even need? Then substitute it with lounging in a comfortable bed and listening to some audiobooks instead. At least that's what I substituted my Saturday mornings for. By being grateful for what we do have, we tend to want less. Some people choose to write a list of gratitudes every morning or every evening, and I think that's great. I've just gotten into the habit of actually saying the gratitudes as I see, feel, or experience them. Actually vocalizing out loud that I'm grateful for this healthy body that lets me move without pain or discomfort. Grateful for being able to work on my passion and hobby every single day. Grateful for all this delicious food. Grateful for my partner's ongoing support and for always making me laugh. So start to ask yourself, what are you grateful for? Are you not yet a minimalist? I want you to ask yourself at what point you can start to call yourself one. Yeah, there really is no answer. So start to call yourself one anyway, even if you don't believe it. Our words are powerful, so if you start to identify with this trait time after time, you actually will start to believe it. Your wants will become less, your abundance will become more, because in essence, your mindset will have shifted. So I have a question for you then. Are you a minimalist? The answer is yes. What was the point of it all? To remove clutter, reduce stress, reject busyness. It was to live a more simple life. So don't get lost in it, anxious, overwhelmed, or obsessive, because it would mean that you've forgotten the point. Minimalism is about living intentionally, so intentionally shift your focus towards the things that actually matter to you in your life. Whether this is your family, your relationships, your work, or your hobbies. Remember that outside of the world of minimalism, there is a beautiful life waiting to be lived. With minimalism, there are no rules, and that's why I love it. So come up with your own. And in fact, don't even call them rules, call them guidelines. This is not a strict order of business, it's a conscious decision. And most importantly, do what feels right to you. Don't listen to what other people say, including me. Just pick the things that resonate with you the most and absolutely disregard the rest. This is your journey after all, so live it in any way that brings you happiness. And so there you have it, a list of pointers for any novices new to the world of minimalism. And I hope that it helped any intermediates and seasoned professionals too. Now, one more tip I have for you. It didn't make the list, and it's because it's a tip I hope that goes without saying, and that is to start slow and take it easy. The last thing you're going to want to do is throw away a whole bunch of stuff in haste and then regret it, only to curse minimalism for the rest of your days. So slow and steady always wins the race. Now, if you enjoyed this video, found any inspiration, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. And of course, if you're new around here, we would love it if you joined us in the Pickup Limes community, so feel free to click that little subscribe button. All right, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.